block number 5, this fabulous block of the month. I am super excited to introduce to all of you the designer and my special guest, CHARISMAH Horton.
What?
Yay! This is one fabulous quilt, I must say.
So fabulous. It sparkles, darling. It sparkles.
Loving it. Yes, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Rob Appell, making it fun from Michael Miller Fabrics, and CHARISMAH, a great friend of mine, fantastic quilt designer, is here to share with you yet another month, another installment of how do we do this awesome quilt.
Well, this is a block that just sparkles. This is our Freddie block. Isn't this beautiful with the red and the white and the black? We're actually going to make one of every color that we have included in our kit, so you have like the whole color wheel of this quilt. But let's get started.
Want to put that up on the wall for us?
Yep.
Great.
Absolutely. So we are going to do a new technique that we have not done, but I just want to get started with telling you a little bit of details. One is this is an 8-month block of the month series, and we are in block 5, so we have been hanging out for 5 months.
Amazing.
5 months I've been sleeping on your couch.
Yeah, I can't get her laundry out in the living room anymore. It's just
I'm a permanent fixture now.
That's
5
right.
months. That's
good thing
great.
the kids and the dog love her.
Yeah. So we encourage you to go to your local quilt shop and just join us anytime. There's no hurry. There's no rush. We are here. And you can, fast forward, rewind, anything that you need to do. It's here. We're ready. We're here to help you. So let's get started. We're going to do magic flying geese. And this is so easy. This is not like your typical flying geese. This goes quick, easy. You don't have to deal with a whole lot of bias. And you get 4 done at once.
I love that.
That's just
absolutely
slick.
Love that.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of choked up about it at the moment in case you see me over here struggling.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take much for Rob.
That's right. He's a sensitive guy. Although, while I was struggling to catch my breath, my job was to point out to all of you that we are, like CHARISMAH said, using each of our colors in the kits or the fabrics that you've gotten from your local quilt shops. But the sizes, if you're following the cutting instructions, which you must, from your pattern, which you need to get, we have 3 different sizes in each of the prints. So we're going to basically refer to kind of like our large. There'll be 1 large, 4 medium, and 4 small cuts from each of the print. And so as we're going through, we don't go big to small. We're going to be doing a different variety of sizes. So just pay close attention here.
Absolutely. So here we have our big black hash dot square. And we have our medium yellow squares where we need 4 of them. And we've already pre-marked them. But here I'm going to show you how we lay them to make our magic flying geese, which is pretty magic. So we're just going to line up our square in the one corner here of this, and you're going to line up those lines, but it really, all the work is done for you because you're just going to line up this other square. They're going to overlap. That's exactly what we need it to do.
Okay.
So now we're
do you need a pin or anything for that? I've seen it done both ways.
No, I don't pin it.
I didn't pin mine. Okay.
Yeah. So then you're just going to sew on either side of that blue line like we do half square triangles.
Fantastic. Yeah, this is a really neat technique that I just learned earlier this year, and I've been using it a lot. I think it's one of the advantages of sewing from other patterns that other people create and design is there are so many ways to skin this cat we call a quilt, and makes it really nice and easy.
Now we're just going to flip it around, do the other side.
And now everything's nice and secure, right?
Yep.
Easy, easy.
And look at that, we're halfway done with 4 geese. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so now we're just going to cut on that line. And you just want to have your iron ready.
Roger.
Okay, and now we're going to press those yellow geese.
And is there a direction that you really like them pressed?
Well, in this case, I don't press to the dark side. I press to the geese side.
That was what I found. Yeah. I don't know that it's going to be very easy to press it underneath. I'm afraid it's going to turn under and could make it a little sloppy because we have one more step still to perform off of this, correct?
Correct. And
Gotcha.
so you don't want that kind of bulk and... Okay, so now we have our little triangle unit here. And what you're going to do is you're just going to line up your medium square right in that corner right there, and you're going to sew on both sides of that line. just like we did the big one, but we're going to do that on both halves. And this is how we are making our 4 flying geese units. And guess what, Rob?
Yeah.
I'm going to chain piece.
You're going to chain piece. I would have never guessed that. I was like, what is she putting me on the spot for right now? I have no guesses. I feel like this part reminds me a little bit of like video game pieces coming out of the sewing machine.
Tetris?
So something, yeah. Yeah, they just have a very interesting look to them right now.
Yes.
But wait till you see what happens next. Or next to next.
And guess what? I'm going to chain piece these again.
Fantastic. Fabulous. Fabulous.
That's so fabulous. Okay, now the magic is going to happen. I mean,
this is it.
Are you ready for this?
I think so.
Are you ready for this fabulous moment?
Should I sit? No.
Yes, you should.
Should I duck?
Sit.
Should I hide?
Enjoy the show.
There you go.
Yes. So here, I'm just going to cut those on the blue line. And voila!
Voila! Now, there's another little bit of a technique strategy involved here. And if you've watched my videos over the years, you've seen me make half square triangles or flying geese just about any different way possible. There are a lot of debates out there, which are the better ways or the best ways of making it. I'm not going to comment there, but I will. You want to comment there?
I was going to say, you're not going to comment. Don't you always comment?
I almost always comment.
He almost always comments. I don't know why he's holding back now.
There's a lot of conversation about the bias. And what I really want you to all learn is not to fear the bias, because you're going to use the bias. I don't want you to be working away from the bias. But technically, even though we just stitched along the bias, we stitched before we cut. So this is probably, with a capital P, a better way because it's more stabilized, especially for newer quilters.
Yes, absolutely. And so just like with regular flying geese in another method, not the magic method, you have your little dog ears, and I just have to clip those. I'm a long arm quilter. I like the less bulk. I just think it makes it look cleaner. I just have to do it. It's just like one of those things. Like we each have our own little thing. Mm-hmm. That's mine. So I just have to do that. But
her other thing is she won't put the scraps on the floor.
Yes, I know. I struggle with that. Like
I put the scraps on the floor. You've seen me do it before.
When you're a mom of 6, you don't want things on your floor unless your dog eats it.
Right.
You know, like it's just if your dog will eat it, then okay.
I've been trying to sell her this great new mop I have. I'm telling her if she puts the scraps on the floor, she could try to use my brand new mop. And it would be so great if she really had some experience under her belt with this new mop. But
well, experience with a mop. I mean, a mop?
That doesn't sound like much fun.
Yeah, no. I'd rather spend my time sewing.
Nice.
So here we go. We have our 4 flying geese with the black and the gold.
And really accurate. And really, I mean, the construction's solid on that.
Yep, nice. You can see your 1/4 inch seam, everything. So we're just going to repeat that same exact technique, but we need to make a smaller version with the white and the gold large square.
So this is the one where you only have one of, because yours is now the middle like the black was the middle before.
Okay, so see how perfectly that lines up? We got this. And we're just going to do the same thing on a smaller level. Okay, and now we are going to cut these again. Look at that magic. Okay, Rob?
Press those out for you.
Yep. I'm going to trim these dog ears because I just can't help myself.
It makes a good point there, a little pun intended.
Ding, ding!
But it was actually one of the things I noticed when I got the new long arm as well, because now I'm floating the machine instead of the quilt. It's a little different feeling. And in some of those really bulky sections where a lot of seams to come together, I've noticed that I struggle quilting in those areas. And that's something maybe Charisma can teach me a trick about while she's here.
Yes,
Once
absolutely.
she finishes with that new mop thing I want to show her.
We'll just bypass the mop.
That was my sinister laugh.
Yes. Okay, so now look at our pieces. We can start building this block, the Freddy block. I'm so excited about this. So we have our white sparkling star that we're going to set in that gold background. And look at all those pieces just come together.
Here's where you're using your small print.
Yes, and I'm going to lay these out just so that I can keep them in order. And here we go to build this out. And look at that. And so for the new quilters, this looks like it won't fit together, right? But it's the seam allowance. We have to give ourselves the seam allowance so it will all start coming together. So now I'm just going to start sewing my rows together. This is like where I start getting giddy, right? Because
it's
all
coming
coming together.
That sense of accomplishment you were just referring to?
Yes, that's right.
Small wins. Wonderful, thank you.
I guess if you must.
Now you gotta wait for me.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh my word, this is just so exciting.
In case you weren't following along closely, you do have to put in your short sides now before you put in your long sides, because the long sides are bringing in what we call the cornerstones for the block.
And all of the points are matching up so perfectly. Yay.
And I also like the construction because the light colors are also touching. It makes it very easy to not get turned around in the machine. The white touches the white, the yellow touches the yellow. And then on the big rows, I press out towards the cornerstone. So now I'll just try to remember to press in towards the block itself.
Inside, outside.
Inside, outside. And there you are, my friend.
You get a gold star, Rob.
Oh, cha-ching! I think as you said that, folks can see the gold star right behind me on the wall in the quilt too. And it's kind of neat as Charisma's getting these last few rows in. You're seeing where the stars line up, and they also, again, follow the color around. And don't worry, we're going to walk you all through the construction in a few more months from now when you have all your blocks done. But you are starting to see the way that the colors really play throughout the entire quilt project.
You mean I get to stay here for a couple more months?
Yeah, we're going to get that laundry done. And the mopping.
Winston is going to be so excited.
Yeah, Winston definitely has a new friend here. Charisma is definitely a dog lover. In case any of you were concerned, and I know many of you are cat folks, but yes, we also have dogs around here and we're having fun with them.
Just that a little bit. Are you ready for the big reveal?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Drum roll, please. There it is. Yay! Gold star.
Gold star. Rob's gold star.
Awesome. And we called this block the Freddy block, and if you've been following along, we named each the block so it'd be fun, easy reference, but we wanted to honor our iconic quilters, our legendary quilters out there. So why the Freddy block?
Because Freddie was really pivotal with color. She uses a ton of color and textures, and there's just no rules, right? And I love when you see an experience and there's no rules, because rules are meant to be broken. in most
Amen.
cases, right?
That's right. So yeah, Freddie Moran, I believe 90 years old and fabulous this year. We have a fantastic photo that was given to us by our friends over at the Quilt Show. Thank you, Shelly, for this photo. Here is Freddie in her birthday glory, looking wonderful. And a personal story from me, one of my very first quilt shows I got to go into a private dinner at. I saw Freddie out in the street she was walking in, and I put her on my arm, and we walked through the home of Gene Wells into this wonderful dinner, and I was so honored to have Freddie Moran on my arm. And since then, I've got to see her several times and been very, very inspired by her. So thank you, Freddie, for everything you've done for all of us.
What a great story.
Right?
You are so legendary yourself, right?
Maybe I'll make one of the
know
legendary
all-
blocks one of
yes.
these days.
You just know everybody, and you have all of these experiences. So I am so honored to be here too, Rob.
Well, thank you. It has been an exciting career for me, and I am very blessed to have met a lot of fantastic quilters out there. And the thing that's so cool about quilters is you can meet them all too. You just go take their classes, you can follow them online, and these are all fantastic, approachable people. They want you to reach out to them. So, if you're looking for this young lady, where are you going to
can
find
find me at charismascorner.com. So I love color. I love to experiment with a lot of things, and you'll find with a lot of my blocks and quilts that they're all things that you know and love, and I've just refreshed them in a new way. So thank you. Follow us. We would love to see you next month with block 6. I won't tell you who the iconic quilter is, but come join us for a fabulous time.
See you next time, folks.
Bye.
Wow, you are still there. Thanks for sticking with me till the end of the video. I know, I get a little long-winded sometimes. But if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you check out a few of the other ones we've created. I think they're terrific. And of course, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the little bell to be notified. I don't want you to miss a moment of the fun. Stay safe and happy sewing.